Hello everybody and welcome to Half Baked, the show where I take a look at incomplete stories, short stories, or stories I really don't have much to talk about. Today we have Transformers Equestria Girls. And in case that title was too ambiguous for you, it's a Transformers Equestria Girls crossover written by RedFire. We start off with bacon hair human Sunset Shimmer, who is eager to start her summer vacation. Deciding that walking is overrated, she decides to buy herself a car. So she walks up to the man, running the stand, and asks, "Hey, got any great deals on cars?" "Well, this pristine sports car showed up randomly in our lot last night. I'll sell it to you for $50. "No, I'll take it for $25. "Well, that sounds fair." So after basically robbing this guy, Sunset is now set. Unfortunately, this car happens to be a robot alien, which draws the attention of other robot aliens. One thing leads to another, and the Human 7 are dragged into the war with the Transformers. Is this story weird? For sure. But considering what I've seen, this is just another Tuesday for me. Is the story any good? It could use some work. A lot of work. Let's start off with one of the more glaring issues. The grammar. Now, I know you're Portuguese and don't speak English natively, and while I commend you for your eagerness, the amount of errors are simply too high to overlook. They simply ruin the reading experience. Here are some common issues. The easiest solution to these problems is to get yourself an editor and or a proofreader. But how exactly do you get one? They don't exactly grow on trees. Well, I asked around, and the best way is to ask or go to looking for editors. You will be surprised by the generosity of some of the people on this website. But let's actually talk about the story. And I'm gonna be honest here. For a long time, I was not very impressed. I felt like you were so focused on setting up the story, you forgot to set up the characters. I feel like you have a basic grasp of the main 7, but I was never given a reason to care. Couple that with the consistently bad grammar, and it was hard for me to get immersed in the story. However, as I read, there were some improvements. One chapter I liked was A New Friendship. A New Friendship. When the Transformers and humans have some one-on-one discussion. For the first time in the story, I'm seeing these characters actually starting to talk to each other about personal matters. We start to see what motivates some of these characters, like Wheeljack and Sari, whatever. There was an honest-to-goodness attempt to build characters. Was it amazing character building? Not really, but it was a good start. Then we start to see some actual chemistry start to build up. One of the things you focus on is the Twilight Sparkle and Optimus Prime team-up, and I'm actually kind of digging it. Two leaders who've had to save the world multiple times? Yeah, I can buy it. Then you have that scene where she cosplays as her Spiders and Magic Doppelganger and fights Megatron with a giant friendship cannon. I honestly enjoyed that scene. The pacing was decent, there was some actual tension, and I could follow the action easily. However, there is still a lot of room for improvement. One thing that irks me about the story is Sunset Shimmer. In the beginning, she's the central focus. She's the one we're first introduced to. She's the one who buys the car. She's the one who gets kidnapped and inadvertently drags her friends into an intergalactic war. However, once she gets saved, she really doesn't do anything else. In fact, I don't remember the last time she did anything interesting. My problem is that so far, all she is a plot device and nothing more. I don't know if you have any plans for her, but so far I feel like she's a wasted character. Considering that Sunset is one of the characters that makes Equestria Girls unique, aside from Flash and the Sirens, I feel like this is a big mistake. So here's my advice. You should have an idea of which characters you're going to focus on. The problem with having a large cast is that if you try to focus on everyone, the whole thing will turn into an unfocused mess. Right now, it seems that you want to focus on Twilight, Optimus, Sari, and possibly Wheeljack. I want you to make sure you pay attention to these characters and their character arcs, as they're going to be the thing that makes the audience care. Also, I would encourage you to do something with Sunset and make sure you have a good build-up to it. And now, time for Nitpicks. Why would Bumblebee let himself be sold and allow humans to be put in danger like this? The reason he did this in the first Bay movie was because Shia had the MacGuffin glasses and they needed to protect him. However, Sunset is just a chick looking for a car. They don't even know about her ability to turn into a magical anthro pony. Also, there's one point where Twilight is listening to Optimus and he's talking about how he doesn't want to kill anyone. And Twilight goes, wow, this guy is like the best leader ever. Even better than Celestia. Given how much she adores her former mentor, I heavily doubt she would think this. I could imagine her saying, wow, this guy reminds me of Celestia. He can be trusted. Overall, I think the story could be better. The idea is fun and there were some moments I enjoyed, but a lot of attention is needed in terms of the mechanics and the characters. I may be wrong, but I'm going to assume that this is one of your first stories. If that's true, I think a lot of the problems here have to do with your inexperience, which is fine. We all have to start somewhere. The best way to improve is to continue writing and to ask for help. There is no shame in asking for assistance, as any artist will tell you. I feel like you have potential, and I think that if you brought in an editor and seek advice from more experienced writers, you may discover it. This is Changeling number 32, and I will see you next time.